thoughts begin. A date, a word, a phrase half done. It doesn't rhyme, but it still runs. The pen leaks ink like I leak time. No structure, rhythm, or clear line, but still I write without a goal, as if it helps me feel more whole. A grocery list, then something deep, a name I wrote and tried to keep. I circle hearts, then scribble out the parts I never speak about. Notebook lines messy and true, holding versions I once knew. No one's reading, yet I write to fold my silence into light. Margins filled with tiny stars and metaphors for unseen scars. I draw a box, then leave it blank, like all the calls I never sank. Some pages rip, some gently fade, but all of them are where I've stayed. In quiet ink that no one sees, I write to find what's left of me. I flip through years without a map, a lifetime told through every gap. No answers come, but that's okay. These lines just help me drift away. Notebook lines messy and true, holding versions I once knew. No one's reading, yet I write to fold my silence into light. Quiet echoes, page by page, but for tonight they feel like home. In all the words I write alone. Notebook lines, they know me best. When I can't speak, they do the rest. 1,000 thoughts in ink confined, still finding room between the lines. So I return just one more time to lose myself in pen and rhyme. Not for the world, not to be seen, just to remember where I've been.
Coins on the counter, click and slide. A quiet sound I couldn't hide. The clerk looks past, his eyes are tired. The air smells stale, the lights expired. I don't say much, I pay too slow. Like if I stall, I won't let go of something small, or maybe not. Just holding on to what I've got. A plastic bag, a folded frown. The city keeps on moving down. I step outside, but stay a beat, like waiting for the ground to speak. Coins on the counter, stories unsaid, moments that slip as the neon turns red. They don't add up, but still they stay, like thoughts I never gave away. There's coffee left I didn't drink. My jacket smells like smoke and ink. My phone lights up, I let it fade. Some messages were better delayed. I walk past windows lined in gold, but none of them reflect me whole. They shine too bright, they move too fast. I watch but know I wouldn't last. The coins still sit in every place that I have left without a trace. Like small goodbyes I never meant, like change I gave but never spent. Coins on the counter, stories unsaid, moments that slip as the neon turns red. They don't add up, but still they stay, like thoughts I never gave away. It's not about the cost, but tiny pieces that we lost in grocery lines and taxi rides, in all the ways the world divides. Coins on the counter, weightless and real, proof that I felt what I tried not to feel. Dropped without drama, but left with care, like saying yes, I once was there. And no one saw, and no one asked, just coins and time behind the glass. But I remember how they felt, and everything I didn't tell. I almost said it just one breath, but pulled it back like fear of death. Your eyes were waiting, wide and kind, but something froze inside my mind. The words were there, I shaped the sound, but silence swept and wrapped me around. A heartbeat passed and then some more, and all I did was watch the floor. A half smile rose, then slipped away. I nodded like I'm okay. You looked again and didn't press. You always knew when not to guess. Half a voice and not quite gone. It lingers in the dusk till dawn. A ghost of truth I meant to send, but swallowed whole before the end. I practiced once inside my head the lines I never really said. Played them slow, then fast and clear, but none survived when you were near. My throat was tight, my hands were still, like holding back a wave at will. One sentence short, one breath too long, and now the moments moved along. The air still holds what I withheld, unspoken things I almost spelled. I hear them now in quiet rooms, they echo soft in sudden blooms. Half a voice and not quite gone. It lingers in the dusk till dawn. A ghost of truth I meant to send, but swallowed whole before the end. And maybe it was fear or grace, or maybe just the time and place, but part of me still sings it low, a song that only I could know. Half a voice, it calls me back, down every silent sidetrack track. It never shouts, it never dies. It lives in pauses and goodbyes. So if you feel a word delay, a look that almost wants to stay, it might be me, still incomplete, still holding half a voice in beat.
I hum a tune with just two notes, no fancy words, no clever quotes. It plays like breath, it plays like rain. It doesn't change, but still explains. It finds its way through paper walls, it bounces down the hallway halls. You heard it once and looked my way, but didn't ask what it would say. It's not a song you play on stage, no twist, no climb, no final page, but still it plays inside my chest and helps my quiet thoughts to rest. Oh, two-note song, simple and small, but holds the things I can't recall. It hums the truth I never showed and carries all the love I owe. The lights grew dim, when nothing real could reach my skin. And every time I felt too loud, it held me soft away from crowd. It doesn't try to lift or fight, just gives me space to sit in night. Not meant to fix or to impress, just echo back a gentle yes. So when I lose the words again, when silence comes and settles in, I hum that tune I always know, two notes too plain to let me go. Ooh. Two-note song, simple and small, but holds the things I can't recall. It hums the truth I never showed, and carries all the love I owe. Yeah, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And maybe you won't hear it clear, but if you listen close, it's near. It plays between each word I keep, and sings you softly back to sleep. Two-note song, it always stays through quiet nights and faded days. It doesn't rise, it doesn't fall, but it's the truest part of all. So if you hear me hum alone, no lyrics left, no undertone, know that it's meant for you all along. Just me and you, and a two-note song. I press the button, watch it glow, a little ring of soft hello. The numbers blink but don't begin, like time forgot to let me in. The hallway hums a distant tone, fluorescent buzz, and I'm alone. I shift my weight, avoid my phone, and let the silence make its home. I hear a voice behind the door, a laugh that fades, a step no more. The door stay closed, the lights stay still, and I just breathe against my will. Elevator wait, no rush to rise, a pause beneath fluorescent skies. No one to please, no need to prove, just me and breath and time that moves. I see my face in brush steel, not quite sharp, but strangely real. A version soft, not made for view, but honest in this waiting hue. The walls don't care, the clock won't mind if I stay here and fall behind. It's not delay, it's just a break, a moment even thought can't fake. Then with a ding, the silence clears, but I remain inside my gears. I step inside, but not away. Still part of me is meant to stay. Elevator wait, no rush to rise, a pause beneath fluorescent skies. No one to please, no need to prove, just me and breath and time that moves. We measure time and where we go, but never in the silence slow. The seconds here are wide and kind, they hold the part we leave behind. Elevator wait, and I exhale, a stillness found within the stale. Not stuck, not lost, not out of place, just resting in a nameless space. And when the doors begin to part, I step but leave a quiet heart inside the hall where silence stayed, and I was still and unafraid. No fan, no hum, no TV light, just stillness pressing to the night. A room where even clocks forget to tick, to warn, to pay their debt. The window closed, the curtain still. The air is thick but oddly chill. My breath is loud against the wall, like I'm the only sound at all. I hear my thoughts in clearer tones, unfiltered by the world's old phones. They echo soft and double back and fill the silence I once lacked. Dead room, no place to run, no stories left, no things undone. Just me in space and quiet truth that speaks in calm, not eager proof. The mirror doesn't say a word, but shows me things I hadn't heard. A frown I missed, a softened eye, the questions that I let slip by. Oh, I light a candle, watch it lean, like even fire wants to be seen. But still it flickers soft and low, as if it's learning not to glow. And maybe that's the point of rest, to let the world fall off my chest, to sit inside the in-between where nothing loud has ever been. Faded room, no place to run, no stories left, no things undone. Just me in space and quiet truth that speaks in calm, not eager proof. We spend our days in layered sound, but some truths only bloom unbound. In muted rooms with faded walls, where silence answers all our calls. Faded room, I'm not afraid, I feel the weight I never weighed. Not fixed, not lost, just fully still and free from everything I feel. So close the door and dim the light, let silence hold me through the night. In this muted, fragile womb I come alive. In muted room. The curtain sways in morning wind, a quiet wave that pulls me in. It moves like thoughts I didn't name, soft and slow and just the same. The floor is warm from early sun, the day begins but doesn't run. No rush, no need to shape the time, I sip and breathe and let it rhyme. Curtain drift and light so thin, I lose the noise I held within. A stillness pressed against my skin, where quiet ends and I begin. The window frames a world asleep, but here the air is calm and deep. The kettle hums, the dust just spins like faded songs from softer sins. I trace the edge where fabric bends, a line that leads but never ends. This moment stretched and tucked away, like secrets dawn forgot to say. Curtain drift and light so thin, I lose the noise I held within. A stillness pressed against my skin, where quiet ends and I begin. I've built a piece from paper weight, from shadow shapes and softened fate. And in this breeze that slips right through, I find a version pure and true. to try. The world can wait, and I know why. I'll stay here where the morning plays, with nothing more than light and days. The hallway creaks beneath my feet, in slippers soft and half defeat. The clock blinks red, it's far too late, but still I step past midnight's gate. A lighter clicks, a match goes out. The sky is quiet, filled with doubt. I lean against the rusted rail and breathe like stories I don't tell. The smoke curls up and disappears, just like the weight of distant years. I never cry, I never scream, but this is how I sometimes dream. Slippers and smoke and nothing loud. No need to prove, no chasing crowd. Just ash and air and things I hide, in spaces no one stands beside. The street lamp hums a tired glow. It flickers like a yes and no. And though the night is wide and bare, I find strange comfort in the air. I count the puffs, I count the stars. Each thought a wound, each breath a scar. But nothing breaks and nothing saves, just smoke that softens what it craves. My slippers drag on concrete seams, like I'm still walking through my dreams. Not forward, back, or anywhere, just floating slightly in the air. Slippers and smoke and nothing loud. No need to prove, no chasing crowd. Just ash and air and things I hide, in spaces no one stands beside. And maybe this is how I cope, not reaching up but holding hope. In quiet burns and silent tread, a way to say what won't be said. Slippers and smoke, a private ride, a faded piece in thinning night. No final word, no need to try, just one more breath before goodbye. I stub it out, then head back in. The world resumes beneath my skin, but part of me still walks that line where smoke and silence intertwine. The ink is dried, the fold is torn, but still your words feel soft and warm. No screen, no sound, no glowing light, just paper breathing through the night. You underline the quiet parts, you dotted eyes like fragile hearts, and every loop and every bend felt closer than a call could send. I held it once, then read it again, each word like footprints in the rain. They didn't beg, they didn't boast, but found a way to linger most. Paper warmth, the quiet kind, the kind that doesn't press or bind, just stays like air, like softened thread, a whisper long after it's read. I smelled the page, a hint of you, like memory folded into view. No animation, no reply, just presence under ink and sky. Your lowercase said take your time, no urgency, no need to rhyme. It held me still, it made me breathe, and gave me space I didn't leave. Some letters fade, but not the feel. They mark the places that were real, not type, not time, not made to sell, but written just to sit and dwell. Paper warmth, the quiet kind, the kind that doesn't press or bind, just stays like air, like softened thread, a whisper long after it's read. need to shout or try. You spoke in strokes, and that's still why. So when I write with care, in case someone might find me there. Not just in words, but in the trace of paper warmth I tried to play. The kettle clicks, the sky is pale, my breath still wrapped in nighttime veil. I reach to turn the volume up, a static hum inside my cup. The radio forgets it's June, just broken waves and talks of June. No song, no host, just gentle fuzz, like how my memory sometimes does. The blinds are drawn, the floor is cold, but sunlight sneaks in threads of gold. I blink, I stir, I stretch and stay. The world can wait another day. Morning static, soft and low, where nothing clear is meant to show. But in that haze I come to be a version slow, a quiet me. I hear a voice then lose the words, like distant calls from waking birds. It isn't sharp, it doesn't press, it simply says begin with less. My coffee swirls, the spoon taps twice, the news repeats the same advice. But I don't care, I'm not quite here, just drifting close but not too near. Some mornings rise like silent waves, and I just float in foggy haze. No need to rush, no need to fix, this static speaks in softer mix. Morning static, soft and low, where nothing clear is meant to show. But in that haze I come to be a version slow, a quiet me. And maybe this is how I heal, not sharp or clean, but what I feel in broken sound and filtered light, where day begins but not so bright. Morning static, I remain between the hum and window pane. Not wide awake, but almost whole, still tuning in to find control. The static fades, the room gets warm, the day resumes its waking form. But part of me still stays right here, in morning static, soft and near. The light has thinned along the wall, its final line begins to fall. The room grows white, the colors mute, the world turns soft, the sky turns flute. I close the blinds, but not too tight, like just enough to kiss the night. It's not the end, it's just a rest, a moment slow inside my chest. End of the light, not of the day, just one more breath to drift away. I'm not afraid, I'm not undone, I've just outlived another sun. The mug is warm, the page is still, the quiet bends against my will. But I don't fight and I don't hide, I sit and let the hush decide. Some thoughts shadows return, some slip and fade, like stories dusk has gently made. No need to fix, no need to say, I'll hold them close and float away. End of the light, not of the day, just one more breath to drift away. I'm not afraid, I'm not undone, I've just outlived another sun. Maybe the dark's not meant to fear, it only means the self is near. No spotlight left, no place to be, just night and time and quietly me. End of the light, I close my eyes. No need for stars to fill the skies. The day is done, the weight is light, and I am home at end of light.
The main road blurs with horns and feet, but I turn left to side street beat, where shadows stretch and voices thin, and I can hear my breath again. A cat slips past a rusted gate, a window hums, it's getting late. The air is thick with things unsaid, and I can feel them in my head. No signs to read, no crowd to dodge, just faded bricks and ivy lodge. The pace slows down with every stone, and I begin to walk alone. Side street silence, soft and slow. No one asks and no one knows. I step away from all that shines to find the space between the lines. The city fades to something small, a broken bike, a paper wall, a world that lives beneath the glass, where I don't have to move too fast. A laundromat with blinking lights, a chair outside, no sound, no fights. I sit a while, no reason why, just watch the clouds rewrite the sky. It's not escape, it's not retreat, it's where my stillness and I meet. And in this path the crowds ignore, I feel like I've been here before. Side street silence, soft and slow. No one asks and no one knows. I step away from all that shines to find the space between the lines. Some streets were never meant to lead, but offer only what we need. A pause, a breath, a place to be without the need for who they see. Side street rhythm, small and kind, a hidden beat the loud can't find. No headlines here, no neon glow, just me and steps and where I go. So if you see me turn away, I'm not quite lost, I'm just okay. The road I choose may not be neat, but it begins on this side street.
The moon tonight is barely there, a matchstick spark in midnight air, not here to shine or lead the way, just quietly deciding to stay. It doesn't beg the sky to see, it simply hangs and lets it be. No spotlight or no silver crown, just steady light that won't back down. The clouds drift past, they don't compete, they move like thoughts beneath my feet. The wind is low, the stars are shy, but still that tiny moon stands high. Matchstick moon, so small, so true, still lighting up this shade of blue. It doesn't try, it doesn't burn, just glows enough to help me turn from what I lost and what I kept, from silent hours where I slept, from questions I forgot to ask and days I wore a borrowed mask. It sees me here and doesn't speak, just flickers soft upon my cheek, as if to say you don't need more than quiet light and unlocked doors. And maybe hope is not a flame, but something that forgets its name, still there when every light is gone, still whispering you can go on. Matchstick moon, so small, so true, still lighting up this shade of blue. It doesn't try, it doesn't burn, just glows enough to help me turn. Not all light shouts, not all is grand, some only glow and no one stands, and still they mark a path, a place where softness takes the edge of space. Matchstick moon, you stayed for me when all the world forgot to be. You didn't rise with force or sound, but you're the reason I'm still found. So stay right there, don't stretch too wide, you're just enough for me tonight. No blazing sun, no full balloon, just one small light, my matchstick moon. The plastic clock ticks out of sync, a second fast, then stops to think. It doesn't mind, it's never right, just hums along in flickered light. Its frame is cracked, its numbers fade, the hands are loose but still they trade the hour for the passing sigh of minutes we don't ask why. It watched me sleep, it watched me leave, it ticked through love and loss and grief. It never asked what I had done, just marked the day and then moved on. Tasty clock, you never shout, you're slightly off but never out. You don't correct, you don't insist, you simply let the moment twist. Tasty clock, you never shout, you're slightly off but never out. You don't correct, you don't insist, you simply let the moment twist. I've changed the time but not the pace, it always drifts, it won't embrace the perfect beat, the perfect hour. It ticks with stubborn, quiet power. No one looks but still it goes, through coffee, steam and evening shows, through silent meals and bedroom light, through all the ways I fake the night. It's not for show, it's not precise, but there's a peace in knowing twice that some things work despite their flaws, like plastic clocks and broken laws. Tasty clock, you never shout, you're slightly off but never out. You don't correct, you don't insist, you simply let the moment twist. Tasty clock, you never a shout. You're slightly off but never out. You don't correct, you don't insist. You simply let the moment twist. And maybe that's the way I tick. A little slow, a little quick, but always moving, hour by hour, without the need for perfect power. Tasty clock, you hum for me through days I lose and weeks I flee. You're just a beat behind the race, but still you hold my quiet pace. So let them laugh and let them check their phones, their time, their perfect tech. I'll sit with you, both old and true, and count the beats I've made it through. The station hums, the platform glows, my suitcase full of almost knowns. The last train sighs, the doors unfold, and all I carry now is cold. A vending light, a muted phone, the sound of wheels, the weight of stone. I step inside, my seat is near, the kind of quiet built from fear. Late train, no one asked why I left or dropped the mask. Only wheels and metal hum, and dreams of where I'm coming from. The city dims behind the glass, its windows blink and slowly pass. The people shrink, the lights retreat, and I dissolve into my seat. I didn't say a last goodbye, no waving hand, no reason why. Some endings never get their name, just silent spaces framed in frame. Late train, no one asked why I left or dropped the mask. Only wheels and metal hum, and dreams of where I'm coming from. And maybe I won't ride again or circle back to where I've been. This track is long, this light is low, but part of me still wants to go. Late train, and that's enough. No questions sharp, no voices rough, just steady speed and shadowed sky, and somewhere new to say goodbye. The sun slips in through window seams and stretches out like softened dreams. It spills across the wooden floor like something I forgot before. No shape to hold, no name to say. It gently folds the end of day. A golden hush, a glowing sigh that asks for nothing passes by. I trace it with my slipper toe. It shivers slow, then starts to go like time that never asked to stay. Just offered light, then walked away. Spill light, no reason why. It doesn't beg, it doesn't try. Just lingers long enough to teach that peace can live beyond our reach. It fills the cracks between the tiles and warms my books in fading piles. It knows the dust, it finds the grain, and never once says ask my name. I sit inside its softened shape, wrapped in a pause I never fake. There's no need here to fill the air. The moment's full just being there. It moves so slow, then slips away behind the wall, beyond the day, but leaves behind a quiet thread of light I carry in my head. Spilled light, no reason why. It doesn't beg, it doesn't try, just lingers long enough to teach that peace can live beyond our reach. It never speaks, it never stays, but shows up in the smallest ways. A corner bright, a shadow thin, a door left just a crack within. Spilled light, and I remain not quite the same, not quite in pain. It touched my skin, then said goodbye, and left its warmth where I now. So if you see me still and low, not moving fast, not needing show, it's just the light that passed me through and left me softer, made me new. There's leftover light on the ceiling wall, a golden thread stretched faint and tall. It doesn't speak, it doesn't stay, but lingers long enough to say. The window breathes a dusky blue. I trace the shape where sun slipped through. The warmth is faint, but it's still mine. A final sip of evening wine. The chair is still, the room is bare, but light still kisses folded air. And in that hush, I find a place where thoughts slow down and time has grace. Leftover light, too small to hold, not bright enough, not sharp or bold, but soft enough to show me how to rest inside the here and now. The world outside begins to blur. The traffic fades into a purr. I sit alone, but not quite lost, just watching day dissolve its cost. It paints the edge of cups and keys, a quiet line across my knees. It doesn't try to prove it's there, it simply glows without a care. And even when it starts to fade, the shadow knows the light it made. A little warmth, a fleeting sign that something good passed through this time. Leftover light, too small to hold, not bright enough, not sharp or bold, but soft enough to show me how to rest inside the here and now. And maybe that's the way to end, not blaze, not bang, not need to bend, but gently dim and slowly slide into the hush where hearts reside. Leftover light, you made me stay a little longer, one more day. You didn't speak, but you were kind. You helped me leave some weight behind. So when tomorrow comes to close and evening tiptoes on its toes, I'll wait again for you to write one final line in leftover light. This velvet chair remembers me, the way I curl, the way I breathe, the weight I drop when day is done, the things I hide from everyone. Its fabric worn, the edges torn, but still it holds what I've outworn. It never asks, it never leaves, it catches everything I grieve. The window hums, the curtain sways, another slow and slipping day. I sink into its faded grace and feel the quiet take its place. Velvet chair and silence white, I let the noise stay outside. No rush, no roll, no need to wear a version of me you wouldn't care. Dust has settled in the seams where I once stitched reach forgotten dreams like voices pressed into the thread of all the words I never said. This chair has seen my weakest hour, my quiet rage, my fading power, but still it holds and still it stays through all the versions I erase. Some nights I sit and say no word, just trace the past I barely heard. It cradles me but doesn't claim a soft familiar kind of frame. Velvet chair and silence wide, I let the noise stay outside. No rush, no roll, no need to wear a version of me you wouldn't care. And maybe we all need one place that knows us in our slowest pace, where breath and thoughts begin to share a truth too tired for open air. Velvet chair, I come undone without the need to tell someone. It listens deep but never stares. It simply waits and always cares. So I return night after night to where I dim but don't lose light. No crown, no name, just laying bare my truest self in velvet chair. Tucked inside a poetry book, a face half lit, a sideways look, the corner curled, the color worn, a summer day, the clouds had torn. Your hand was blurred, your smile unsure, but I remember still the blur, the way the sun had kissed your skin, and how the air felt soft and thin. The photo holds what time won't keep, like secrets whispered half asleep. A frozen laugh, a wind, a sound that somehow never touched the ground. Faded Polaroid, still in frame. No need to speak, no need to name. You stayed in ink, in tone, in light. Long after we had lost the night, I tried to throw it out one day, but fingers poised and thoughts would sway. The trash stayed clean, the frame untouched. It wasn't much, but it was much. The lines are faded into mist, but I still know where we first kissed. The edge of town, the leaning tree, and everything we meant to be. You said the light would never lie, and maybe that's why I still try to find the truth in paper gloss and tiny ghosts of what I lost. Faded Polaroid, still in frame. No need to speak, no need to name. You stayed in ink, in tone, in light. Long after we had lost the night, some photos fade, but not the feel. The parts of us that time can't steal. A flash, a laugh, a frame of grace that still reflects a younger face. Faded Polaroid, still I see not just you, but parts of me. A version soft and slightly blurred that lived in love we never heard. So I keep it folded slow, place it back where no one knows. A single frame, a quiet void, a life inside a Polaroid. Fingertip around the rim, a sound too soft, too clear, too thin. It doesn't ask, it doesn't plead, just hums the parts of what I need. A single tone, a quiet ring that doesn't try to mean a thing, but still it stays beneath my skin. A note I carry deep within, it echoes back a name I knew, a time when everything felt new. It lingers like a whispered truth that floats between my now and youth. Echo glass and trembling air, you played a sound I wasn't aware, until it moved through chest and bone and made a stillness all my own. I touched the edge, I felt it hum, a melody that wouldn't come in words or chords I understand, just shimmered faintly in my hand. And though the glass has now gone still, the echo moves against my will, a pulse, a tone, a hidden part that wakes the corners of my heart. No one else could hear the sound. It wasn't loud, it wasn't round, but it was mine, and that was true. A song composed by simply you. Echo glass and trembling air, you played a sound I wasn't aware, until it moved through chest and bone and made a stillness all my own. Some feelings don't arrive in full, they echo once then gently pull. They ask for space, not full reply, just room to breathe and drift and lie. Echo glass, you stay so near, though time has tried to make you clear. You ring in me, a quiet line still circling what once was mine. So if I hum or pause or stare, it's just the sound still